guys. Okay, so I'm going to read the short story of Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes. I'm going to read it to you since we can't find an audio version for you to listen to, so it's going to be me this time. And I've got it here on another Chromebook. So here we go. So get cozy because it's 25 pages, and let's get ready. Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes. All right, so here's the background information. Charlie Gordon, the main character of Flowers for Algernon, undergoes surgery to increase his intelligence. In the story, doctors measure his progress with IQ or intelligence quotient tests. These tests were once widely used to measure intelligence and learning ability. Researchers now recognize that one test cannot accurately measure the wide range of intellectual abilities. And this short story is written in the form of progress reports. So you guys should all be with me now on progress report 1. March 5th, 1965. Dr. Strauss says I shut right down what I think and everything that happens to me from now on. I don't know why, but he says it's important so they will see if they will use me. I hope they use me. Miss Kinnian says maybe they can make me smart. I want to be smart. My name is Charlie Gordon. I am 37 years old, and 2 weeks ago is my birthday. I have nothing more to write now, so I will close for today. Progress report 2, March 6th. I had a test today. I think I failed it, and I think that maybe now they won't use me. What happened is a nice young man was in the room and he had some white cards with ink spilled all over them. He said, Charlie, what do you see on this card? I was very scared, even though I had my rabbit's foot in my pocket, because when I was a kid, I always failed tests in school, and I spilled ink too. I told him I saw ink blot. He said yes, and it made me feel good. I thought that was all, but when I got up to go, he stopped me. He said, now sit down, Charlie, we are not through yet. Then I don't remember so good, but he wanted me to say what was in the ink. I didn't see nothing in the ink, but he said there was pictures there. Other people saw pictures. I couldn't see any pictures. I really tried to see. I held the card close up and then far away, and then I said if I had my glasses I could see better. I usually only wear my glasses in the movies or TV, but I said they were in the closet in the hall. I got them. Then I said, let me see that card again. I bet I'll find it now. I tried hard, but I still couldn't find the pictures. I only saw the ink. I told him maybe I need new glasses. He wrote something down on a paper, and I got scared of failing the test. I told him it was a very nice ink blot with little points all around the edges. He looked very sad, so that wasn't it. I said, please let me try again. I'll get it in a few minutes because I'm so fast sometimes. I'm a slow reader too in Miss Kinnian's class for slow adults, but I'm trying very hard. He gave me a chance with another card that had two kinds of ink spilled on it, red and blue. It was very nice and talked slow like Miss Kinnian does, and he explained it to me that it was a raw shock. He said people see things in the ink. I said, show me where. He said, think. I told him I think an ink blot, but that wasn't right either. He said, what does it remind you? Pretend something. I closed my eyes for a long time to pretend. I told him I pretended a fountain pen with ink leaking all over a tablecloth. Then he got up and went out. I don't think I passed the raw shock test. Progress Report 3, March 7th. Dr. Strauss and Dr. Niemer say it don't matter about the ink blots. I told them I don't spill the ink on the cards and I couldn't see anything in the ink. They said that maybe they will still use me. I said Miss Kinnian never gave me tests like that one, only spelling and reading. They said Miss Kinnian told that I was the bestest pupil in the adult night school because I tried the hardest and I really wanted to learn. They said, how come you went to the adult night school all by yourself, Charlie? How did you find it? I said, I asked people, and somebody told me where I should go to learn to read and spell good. They said, why did you want to? I told them because all my life I wanted to be smart and not dumb. Because it's very hard to be smart. They said, you know, it will probably be temporary. I said yes. Miss Kenyon told me, I don't care if it hurts. Later, I had more crazy tests today, and the nice lady who gave it to me told me the name, and I asked her, how do you spell it so I can write it in my progress report? Thematic apperception test. I don't know the first two words, but I know what test means. You gotta pass it or you get bad marks. This test looked easy because I could see the pictures. Only this time she didn't want me to tell her the pictures. That mixed me up. I said the man yesterday said I should tell him what I saw in the ink. She said that don't make no difference. She said make up stories about the people in the pictures. I told her, how can you tell stories about people you never met? I said, why should I make up lies? I never tell lies anymore because I always get caught. She told me this test and the other one, the raw shock, was forgetting personality. I laughed so hard. I said, how can you get that from ink blots and photos? She got sore and put her pictures away. I don't care, it was silly. I guess I failed that test too. Later, some men in white coats took me to a different part of the hospital and gave me a game to play. It was like a race with a white mouse. They called the mouse Algernon. Algernon was in a box with a lot of twists and turns, like all kinds of walls. And they gave me a pencil and paper with lines and lots of boxes. On one side it said start, and on the other end it said finish. They said it was amazed, and that Algernon and me had the same amazed to do. I didn't see how we could have the same amazed if Algernon had a box and I had a paper, but I didn't say nothing. Anyway, there wasn't time because the race started. One of the men had a watch he was trying to hide so I wouldn't see it, so I tried not to look, and that made me nervous. Anyway, that test made me feel worser than all the others because they did it over 10 times with different amazes, and Algernon won every time. I didn't know that mice were so smart. Maybe that's because Algernon is a white mouse. Maybe white mice are smarter than other mice. Progress Report for March 8th. They're going to use me. I'm so excited I can hardly write. Dr. Niemer and Dr. Strauss had an argument about it first. Dr. Niemer was in the office when Dr. Strauss brought me in. Dr. Niemer was worried about using me, but Dr. Strauss told him Miss Kenyon recommended me the best from all the people who she was teaching. I like Miss Kenyon because she's a very smart teacher. And she said, Charlie, you're going to have a second chance. If you volunteer for this experiment, you might get smart. They don't know if it will be permanent, but there's a chance. That's why I said okay, even when I was scared because she said it was an operation. She said, don't be scared, Charlie. You've done so much with so little. I think you deserve it most of all. So I got scared when Dr. Niemer and Dr. Strauss argued about. Dr. Strauss said I had something that was very good. He said I had a good motivation. I never even knew I had that. Felt proud when he said that not everybody with an IQ of 68 had that thing. I don't know what it is or where I got it, but he said Algernon had it too. Algernon's motivation is the cheese they put in his box, but it can't be that because I didn't eat any cheese this week. Then he told Dr. Niemer something I didn't understand, so while they were talking, I wrote down some of the words. He said, Dr. Niemer, I know Charlie is not what you had in mind as the first of your new breed of intellect. Couldn't get the word. Superman. But most people of his low ment are host and uncouth. They are usually dull of path and hard to reach. He has a good nature. He's interested and eager to please. Dr. Niemer said, remember, he will be the first human being ever to have his intelligence tripled by surgical means. Dr. Strauss said exactly. Look at how well he's learned to read and write for his low mental age, as great as achieve, and you and I learning Einstein's without help. That shows the intense motivation. It's comparative achieve. I say we use Charlie. I didn't get all the words, and they were talking too fast, but it sounded like Dr. Strauss was on my side, and like the other one wasn't. Then Dr. Niemer nodded. He said, all right. Maybe you're right. We will use Charlie. When he said that, I got so excited I jumped up and shook his hand for being so good to me. I told him, "Thank you, Doc. You won't be sorry for giving me a second chance." And I mean it. Like I told him. After the operation, I'm going to try to be smart. I'm going to try awful hard. And we're going to stop there, and then I'll do another video for a few more progress reports. I hope you enjoy my reading.